guys, so today I'm making a video that is going to be about me watching the House Party movie series and the movie Class Act for the first time ever. So I'm just going to call it the Kid and Play quadrilogy. So that is what I did, and that's what this video is going to be. So let's get right into it.
When Kid and Play is on the mic, we're too high.
So first thing I want to say, I had heard of Kid and Play, but I could not have told you what they looked like, could not have told you any of their songs, couldn't have told you anything about them before a day or two ago, because literally never seen any of these, like, didn't know anything about this, didn't know anything at all. And I was gonna watch this movie a few months ago, but I never got around to it. I don't know why, but I just never got around to it. And like I said, for context, I am 20 and these movies came out way before I was born. I was non-existent when these movies came out, so... And by the time I was born, they were already like 10 or 11 years old, so it wasn't something that I was really... You know, as a 2-year-old, I'm not going around gonna watch this movie. Anyways, that doesn't matter. So... when I was first going to watch these movies, I said the thing is, why did I think these movies were like rated PG? I don't know why, but I was not paying attention. Because the way I finally started watching them, like, they put the movies on Netflix, and I don't know when they did that, but they just so happened to put these movies on Netflix, and that's when I watched them, and I was like, why are they I was like, are these rated R? And then, like, I watched, like, the first one, and I was like, oh, it's rated R. Like, I was so confused as to why they were doing all this cursing, why there was so much, like, whatever in this movie, when I thought it was for, like, teenagers. I thought it was, like, rated PG or PG-13. It is not. But like I said, it's not a bad thing, and I don't mind when movies have like all that stuff in there. Like, of course I have my standards, and if you've seen my old videos a long time ago, I have my rankings as far as scenes of an adult nature go and cursing goes, because like my thing is, if it fits, but it doesn't have to be there if it's unnecessary or I deem it unnecessary. Of course that's different for everybody for what they deem excessive or unnecessary, but anywho's, that's how I do my movie rankings. But like I said, that was not what jarred me. It's just that I expected these to be family friendly, PG clean, and they were not. I'm watching it by myself, and plus I don't have anybody, I don't know any children, I don't have any children, I don't have any younger brothers, sisters, whatever, so it doesn't matter. But like I said, I just was taken aback. But that's not the point. Anyways, when I watched the first one, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was decent. There were some parts that I would have cut out about it, but what I liked about every single movie... So first we're going to do the House Party trilogy, and then I'll get into the movie Class Act. But what I did like about the trilogy was that each movie kind of changed the plot, and even though there was a party... like, because that's the point, there's a party at each movie, it did not end the same way, and each movie did not do the exact same plot. Like in the first movie, they're in high school, blah 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 blah, they just have a house party, and if you've seen the movie, it's 30 years old, you've probably seen it at this point if you're watching this video, and it goes. So my only issue with part 1 of the movie is that Kid still ends up with Sydney when it's obvious that he liked Shireen, because he liked her the whole movie, and they were together, and they were cute, but then they somehow flip it, and they're like, oh, never mind, he's gonna go be with Sydney, when he never even cared about her in the first place. Like, yeah, he was like, hi, hello, but for the most part, he really liked Shireen, and then they have Sydney acting like a crusty skank for the rest of the movie, and she has the nerve to be jealous and mad at her friend, and I'm like, what did she do? He liked her first. And she even says, well, since you like him, you can have him, but then for the rest of the movie, she acts all salty, like she's actually offended, and I just think that was really stupid, so yeah. But besides that, I really liked the first movie. I just think that he should have went with Shireen instead of Sydney, and that they shouldn't have deleted her from existence in the second movie, but yeah. The second one, they're in college, and they're doing all this stuff, and there's like a college campus pajama party. But the reasons for the parties are different in every movie, and it's a different kind of party in every movie. And of course they always get together and they do a song, but to me it works. I liked it, and I thought it was pretty good. Now, for the most part, I liked all of House Party 2. I would just cut out some of the cursing because it was a bit excessive. Plus, Miles gives off serial killer vibes, but maybe that's just my opinion. I mean, I liked his character and all, but there's just something about him that was highly off. Like, not even including what he did to Sydney. I just feel like this man has bodies buried in the basement because something was highly off. And yeah, but besides that, this was a really good movie. And I also just thought that it was really cute and really funny in the scene when kid falls off the roof and he gets pulled back onto the roof. If you look really closely for 2 seconds, you can see that they're wearing matching rings, and I thought that was really cute. And I just like that scene because I think it's funny, I think it's cute, and I like the pajamas. So yeah. Now, my favorite house party movie, I would say, is part 2 because of one specific scene. I like the scene when they're performing, where they're wearing their pajamas and he sees like the girl in the audience, whatever. I don't remember her name, what her name was supposed to be in the movie. Like, I never remember the names of the girls in the movies, like, call me wrong, but yeah, no. Wait, I think her name was supposed to be Sydney. And, yeah. Like I said, I just now started watching these types of movies. Like, my mom showed me the movie Do the Right Thing, and I have a completely different opinion about that movie. Like, first of all, I was mentally unprepared. That movie, I feel personally attacked by the movie Do the Right Thing. I really do. So, but we'll get into that in another video. Anywho's, like I said, as far as my ranking goes, I like the movies. So while editing this, I realized I forgot to talk about House Party 3. Now for me, this is not, I don't want to say worst, but it's not the best. So I accidentally rated it 3rd when it should be rated 4th. But this is my least favorite one out of the House Party movies. 1, because they did Hester Sue so dirty. 2, because kids, I don't like when they include kids in movies that are for adults. It just is unnecessary. And then 3, because I feel like Vita was just, I don't know, her whole persona was just annoying and cringy. I don't know what she was supposed to be, and then the tension between her and Sydney just wasn't really where it could have been for me. And then on top of that, I feel like Showboat and his whatever crew of ladies were just kind of annoying. They weren't really intimidating or whatever. And I know it's a comedy, but I feel like they do like try too hard in this movie, and I feel like everybody was just tired of it at this point, and they were like, whatever, we need to make another one of these to wrap the story up, and let's just do this instead of actually taking the time to craft a quality story, because I feel like part 3 could have been really good, but it really just was It wasn't bad, but it's not like amazing. And really the best part of part 3 was Chris Tucker and his 5-second scene. So yeah, that's about it for part 3. Really only, I have a few issues with them because obviously a lot of the stuff in it would not be politically correct in this day and age, but my really own, there's not too much stuff that would say would need to be cut out, but really, like I said, it could be reading too deeply into it, and I don't want to go too deep with these movies because, like, honestly, at the end of the day, I think they're meant to be fun, and they are fun, so I'm not going to go too deep into the, oh my god, so colorist, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so anyways, like I said, that's really my only issue with the movie, and of course, I didn't like the fat shaming jokes, and I didn't really like, because that type of joke is just not funny, like. And then, of course, they have the joke where they're like, haha, we brought a girl to see you, but it's really a man, blah, 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 blah. Like, that type of stuff is not really funny. It never was funny. I don't think anybody was still laughing at that in 1994, I think this came out. Like, I'm like, was that joke really still funny? Like, that's my problem and why I don't watch comedy movies, because they typically follow the same joke pattern, which is what I liked about this movie, because beyond those few moments, they did not follow the typical joke standard of that time. Like the movie Ace Ventura, that's why I hate that movie series so much, because it's cringy, it's eyeball burning, and the jokes are just not funny. They are not funny. Like, it's terrible. It really is. But yeah, these movies were pretty good. I liked the songs, and I liked the little previews and cameos and people thrown in there before they got really, really popular. Like they had the lady who played Wanda in the Bernie Mac show before she got popular, and then of course there was Bernie Mac, and then I'm pretty sure there was Eddie Griffith in there somewhere. I'm pretty sure I saw him. I'm not 1000% sure. Eddie Griffin or Eddie Griffith, I can't remember, but anyways, he's in there somewhere, you know. And they had, was it Chris Rock? I think it was Chris Tucker, not Chris Rock. I think it was Chris Tucker. One of them was in this movie. And then they had Queen Latifah and all these other people before they got really, really popular. But like I said, it's a pretty good movie, and I would buy it. Like, I would buy the trilogy. I would buy the box set. I really would. Because I thought it was pretty good. And if it was like $10, $15, $20, like, I'm not saying it's Oscar award worthy winning, but neither are any Adam Sandler movies. Like, his movies are absolute garbage fires, and people promote those like they're good. Like, what? Like, but if I get into that, then I'll go off on another 10-year triggered whatever. But yeah, I just like the movies because they're pretty much just fun, easy to watch movies that you can just put on in the background and then you just come back in, and it's pretty good. And like I said, I like them because something different happens in every single movie. All 4 movies across of them, the plot is different. Of course they always end up singing, and of course they always end up going to some sort of event of some sort, but it's still different contexts and different plots, and I think that's really cool. So I forgot to mention this, but I would say Class Act is probably my favorite Kid and Play movie, just because it's really, really cute, and I really, really like it. And if you know me, you know my favorite movie of all time is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and my favorite character is Billy Shears, and I'll say Duncan Pinderhughes is slowly becoming my second favorite movie character of all time, right next to Billy Shears. And if you know me, you know how much I love Sgt. Pepper, so that means a lot in my movie rankings list that this movie ranks as high as Sgt. Pepper for me, because it's a really, really good movie. I think both of the dynamics work really good. It's really cute. There's some stuff I would cut out, obviously, like some of the cursing and things like that, and I feel like they were doing a bit much with Blade, even though I guess if you listen to Kid and Play's interviews and stuff, the movie's kind of autobiographical, somewhat, but they still did the most, and they could have, I feel like it could have been less dramatic. But yeah, besides that, it's a really, really good movie, and I think it's really cute, really fun, and literally the friendship dynamic in this movie is so adorable, and I love this movie so much. And even though it's supposed to be like, haha, he's a bully, I started to feel bad for Wedge halfway through this movie, because I'm like, they didn't have to do him like that. Like, it bordered on depressing how they started treating him. To see how original and fun that was, for them to do that. For like a lot of artists of that time, and I mean like specifically R&B hip hop artists, because if you know me, I listen to a lot of different music from different genres, blah 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 blah. This is kind of my first foray into like hip hop. Like, I listened to older rap bands like Grandmaster Flash and stuff like that, and like Curtis Blow and stuff like that, but like this far as like the 90s era music and stuff, this is kind of my first foray into that. I never really go into that era unless it's like a rock band that made 90s albums, and I don't think that really counts because they technically or if it's like a rock band like Def Leppard and they came out in like the 80s and they transitioned into the 90s, like I said, that doesn't really count in my opinion. But of course, Kid and Play, they started in the 80s and they transitioned kind of into the 90s, but like I said, this is my first kind of foray into a hip-hop group. But besides that, it doesn't matter. The thing I want to say is, why for like all these types of groups, like I mean like New Edition, Bobby Brown, Johnny Gill, stuff like that, where are the videos and the performances? And this may be due to labeling issues with their management companies and stuff like that, but like a lot of these artists I notice don't have any like official channels. None of their videos are up in HD or have been restored so that you can watch them in a modern time. And I know somebody probably has these HD videos in their basement, but there is no excuse for that quality to be like that, because they said everybody has heard of this group. Everybody has at least known something about them, even if you don't know who they are, what they look like. You have heard the name. So why are the videos at 144p pixels? There's no excuses. And I was like, really? Everybody has been consistently done dirty, and there's no excuses, because like I said, there's videos from like 1842 with quality HD IMAX digital surround sound quality, and yet something from 1988 or something from 1995 is in like the grainiest quality, like it was filmed with a potato. There are no excuses. I have even noticed this when I was watching like old Ricky Martin videos, and I'm just like what do you have to do for them to restore your videos in HD? I really want to know. But yeah, in conclusion, I just thought they were all really, really good. And basically my point is, my ranking would go, if I had to rank all the movies, I would put House Party 2, then I would put Class Act, and then House Party 3, and then House Party 1. That is my ranking of the Kid and Play quadrilogy. because yeah, I thought they were really good and I would watch again and would recommend. Like I said, there's some stuff I would cut out. Some of the scenes were doing a bit much, like, and it's not like I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to see that, but I don't really like those types of scenes anyways. I like more, I don't know what you call it, I don't know, just, that's not my thing. And some of the insults and stuff, like in the first movie, I didn't really like how bullying was a big issue, because I don't really like bullying, of course, and I know this was a big thing in movies from the 80s and 90s. And like I said, I didn't like the scene in the third movie with the fat shaming, because like I said, those girls were not even really that fat, even though being fat is not necessarily a thing that's bad, because like I said, unless you're like my 600-pound life, there's not really an issue, because like you can walk around, you can do stuff. There are fat people that still do stuff, and there's fat people that are probably healthier than a lot of skinny people. Like, I know I'm not in shape. I'm like skinny, but I'm not in shape. So there's no excuses for that type of garbage fire behavior. And I'm like, really? Really? But besides that, I didn't see any other issues with the movie. But yeah, I really like them. I would give them, if I had to collectively rate the movies, I would give them, let's see, just because of those jokes alone, I have to take some of the stuff in it, like I can't give them a full star, so they get like a 4 out of 5 stars. Like, it would be 5 stars. I should really put 3.5. Yeah, they're gonna get 3.5 stars. It would be 5 stars if it wasn't for those things, but that's not for quality, that's not for production, that's not for anything. That's just because of a few clerical errors that I feel like would not have happened in this day and age. But like I said, it was a different time, but there are still no excuses. So yeah, but besides that, I thought they were really, really good. 12 out of 10. Would recommend. So yeah, so that was my review of the Kid and Play Movies slash House Party series. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Hey, don't play.
Since you're not in a sharing mood.
Yeah.
Shit, niggas ain't gonna break 'em. My mama's good stuff.
Hey, Eraserhead. Where are you going?
Hope y'all got your Medicaid together.
What's happening over here, man? What they got you doing?
What's good, man? Playing for the Elephant Graveyard, man. Yeah, it's a gig, man. What I tell you?
I always get here too late for the snacks.
Don't you curse at me, don't curse at you. You cursing at me, goddammit, fuck you too.
Ain't you gonna give me something to let everybody know that I'm your man?
I can't get in the library or the cafeteria. This living by my wits isn't easy. It's hard work.
Hard work? I haven't seen you do any work yet.
Oh, that's what I thought you said. You know I'll slap you, boy.
Third gear on my bike's a killer too, if you're going downhill.
Oh yeah, where's she at?
Right there.
You ain't got a bike. You got a bike. Someone gave it to me. Because they thought I was special. And I put it there for you.
Come on, think about it. Look out there. What do you see?
The wino sleeping in his own vomit?
No. Hey, man, 2 days. Trust me.
I told you.